Let me be straight with you from the start. If you keep trying to manifest a new life without changing how you move, choose, speak, and act in your physical body, nothing real is going to stick. Not because you're broken, not because you're blocked, but because embodiment is the missing piece. And today, the 5-5 portal doesn't reward spiritual theory. It rewards truth in motion. This is not a soft energy. This is not a sit and visualize only day. This is a threshold, a decision gate, a behavioral portal. If you came here thinking you were just going to listen passively, I love you, but no, not today. Today you participate. Today you move. Today you tell the truth, at least to yourself. Welcome, because this is a 5-5 portal initiation into the fifth energy body, the physical body. The body of courage, behavior, integrity, and lived alignment. And if your actions and your affirmations are currently in a toxic relationship with each other, we're going to fix that. For those of you who are new, I guide people through spiritual embodiment, numerology, and energy body mastery, not as ideas, but as lived transformation. This is not about floating above your life. This is about finally having the guts to live inside it properly. And today's portal, 5-5, the 5th of May, inside a year 1 and year 10 cycle is a rare combination of initiation energy, identity reset energy, embodied action energy, timeline fork energy, which means what you choose and do, not what you wish matters. Number 5 is never still. 5 breaks stagnation. 5 exposes lies. 5 demands freedom. 5 moves the body forward. When people resist change, they suffer under 5 energy. When people cooperate with change, they accelerate under 5 energy. There is no neutral with this frequency. And here's the part people don't like hearing. If your life feels stuck, check your behavior, not your vision board. Because energy body 5 governs physical action, behavioral truth, courage under pressure, nervous system willingness, boundary enforcement, saying the hard thing, and doing the uncomfortable thing, moving when fear says freeze. This is not mindset work. This is muscle work, choice work, spine work. So let me say this cleanly. You cannot heal people-pleasing while still people-pleasing in your calendar. You cannot claim self-worth while over-explaining your needs. You cannot say you're ready for your next level while negotiating with your old comfort zone every morning. Your body knows when you're lying to yourself. Your stomach tightens, your shoulders lock, your breath shortens. Energy body 5 is where self-deception shows up as physical tension. We're going to unwind that today. This year holds both the year 1 initiation identity, birth, new cycle, and year 10 mastery, responsibility, leadership, and embodiment, which means this isn't just new beginnings. This is growth. This is grown-up beginnings, not fantasy reset, embodied reset. Not I hope it changes. I'm changing how I behave. The portal amplifies embodied choice. So translation, no more waiting to feel ready. You move, then readiness catches up. So place one hand on your chest and one hand on your lower belly. Do not perform calm, notice truth. Is your jaw tight? Is your breath shallow? Are your shoulders braced? Good. That's information, not failure. Your body is your honesty meter. Energy body 5 is where spirituality becomes visible, not in your aura, in your behavior. So breathe, because it asks, do your actions match your declared values? Does your calendar match your priorities? Does your mouth match your truth? Embodiment is measurable, not mystical, observable. And the reason people avoid embodiment work is because it removes excuses. No more I'm processing, I'm aligning, I'm waiting for clarity. Sometimes clarity comes after motion, not before. Now I want you to pause the video and gather together some water, a journal, a candle, something that represents your current identity and something that represents your next identity. This will be used later in the portal ritual segment. Okay, welcome back. I want you to put this sentence in your journal. The behaviour I know I must change, but keep negotiating with is, and then write what you need to write. Now, your body reveals your real level of readiness. So let's get something clear. And I'm saying this with love. Most people don't fail transformation because they lack spiritual knowledge. They fail because their nervous system is still organized around the old identity. You can say, I'm ready, I'm done, I choose myself. But if your body still defaults to appeasing, freezing, over-explaining, shrinking, delaying, seeking permission, then your behavior will override your intention. Energy Body 5 is where intention gets audited by action. No shame, just truth. Because once you see it, you can change it. Courage is not a personality trait. Courage is a trained psychological response. People think courage is emotional. It's not. It's somatic. It is breathing while uncomfortable, speaking while shaking, choosing while uncertain, and moving while afraid. That's Energy Body 5 mastery. And the 5-5 portal amplifies this question. Will you act before you feel fully safe? Or will you wait forever? Because here's the grown truth. Safety often comes after aligned action, not before. So let me lovingly interrupt the pattern I see all the time. People say they're waiting for alignment, but what they're actually waiting for is zero discomfort. And zero discomfort does not exist at the edge of identity change. If you're waiting to feel fully confident before you set the boundary, you'll wait years. Confidence is built after repeated courageous behavior, not before. Your body learns safety through evidence, not affirmations. So sit upright, feet grounded. Place your heels gently into the floor. Lift your chest slightly. Lengthen the back of your neck. This is the posture of willingness. Now say out loud, I am available for courageous action today. Again, I am available for courageous action today. That may feel like heat resistance, tight throat, an urge to laugh it off. Name it so you don't escape it. Year 1 begins, year 10 leads. Combined, this year is not asking you to explore who you are. It is asking you to demonstrate who you are becoming. Identity is not discovered through thinking. Identity is installed through repetition of aligned behavior. Every boundary you hold, every truth you speak, every misaligned invitation you decline. This is identity coding. That is timeline selection. That is portal work. People talk about timelines like they're mystical tracks in the sky. But timelines are behavioral pathways. Different actions equals different outcomes, which equals different timelines. Simple, practiced, and unavoidable. Today's portal is not what do you want? It is what will you do differently starting now? So write down that question. Sit with it. Don't spiritualize your way out of it. I want to guide you through a short movement sequence. So roll your shoulders back slowly, 5 times. Press your palms together in a firm release. Open your hands wide and stretch your fingers. Turn your head side to side slowly, like you're saying no to the old patterns, because you are. Energy Body 5 responds to movement faster than mindset. So here is a prompt for your journal. Where do I keep saying I'm ready, but my behavior says I'm not? Let silence sit. No judgment, just inventory. Truth creates power. Denial creates delay. Integrity is not moral superiority. Integrity is behavioral congruence. Inner truth plus outer action equals integrity. When those split, the nervous system destabilizes. That's why misalignment feels like anxiety, not punishment, feedback. Energy Body 5 reads integrity through posture, tone, movement, decision speed, and boundary clarity. Your body broadcasts your self-relationship before your words do. Now, I want you to take the object you brought that represents your current identity. Hold it. Notice what it represents. Roles, labels, habits, defenses, or stories. We will work with this later, not symbolically, but decisively. If your future self watched your daily behavior, would they recognize you as moving forward toward them or away from them? Let that land. Truth is kindness when it awakens action. Now, in this next phase of this portal work, we move into disruption and liberation patterns. How 5 energy breaks cages and why discomfort is not your enemy, but your doorway. So let's tell the truth about 5 energy. 5 does not gently untie knots. 5 cuts ropes. This portal is not here to help you manage your cage more comfortably. It's here to show you where the cage is and hand you the bolt cutters. But most people, and I'm saying this with compassion, don't like liberation as much as they say they do, because liberation requires loss. Loss of approval, loss of familiar roles, loss of the mask that kept you accepted. Energy body 5 is where false belongings dies and self-belonging begins. And yes, that can feel like grief before you feel like freedom. So stay with me. People who learn safety through approval often resist 5 frequency, because 5 says move, speak, refuse, interrupt patterns, disappoint someone, change the script. And if your nervous system equates disappointment with danger, you will freeze at the portal, not because you're weak, because you're conditioned. But conditioning is trainable. Embodiment is trainable. Courage is trainable. And today we train. So sit tall. Set a timer for 1 minute if you wish, or stay with my voice. Raise one arm straight out in front of you. Hold it. Notice the discomfort rise. Don't rush to drop it. Breathe and stay. This is how courage is built, not through motivation, but through staying present inside mild discomfort without escaping. This is what boundary holding feels like at first. This is what saying no feels like at first. This is what not explaining yourself feels like at first. Then release your arm down. Relief follows endurance, not avoidance. Year 10 energy carries mastery responsibility, not perfection responsibility, meaning you no longer get to pretend you don't know what your misalignment is, which is awareness, increased accountability. That's not punishment, that's power. Because once you see, you can choose. And 5-5 inside a 110 year stack says choose visibly, choose behaviourally, choose now. Not next month when it's easier, now. So let me lovingly call something out. There is a pattern where people delay action by endlessly preparing. More courses, more insight, more inner child work, more journaling, more clarity, seeking. But at some point, preparation becomes avoidance, wearing spiritual clothing. Action is also healing. Behaviour change is also healing. Boundary enforcement is also healing. Movement is medicine. Energy body 5 heals through doing, not only processing. Disruption is not always chaos. Sometimes disruption is truth entering a dishonest system. When you stop overgiving, that disrupts. When you stop auto-agreeing, that disrupts. When you stop performing politeness, that disrupts. Healthy disruption creates clean structure. Unhealthy harmony maintains hidden resentment. Choose clean disruption. Now, here's some journal prompts which show the cost of staying the same. So write down these questions. What is the real cost of keeping my current behavioural patterns? Not surface cost, real cost, like energy, health, self-respect, time, creative life force joy. List it fully. Pause this video here to do this. Then add, your nervous system will tolerate what your self-respect should not. Bring back the object of current identity. Objects hold narrative because the mind attaches story to symbols. We will use that later, not as superstition, but as a psychological and somatic encoding. When the body participates, identity change installs deeper. Ritual is embodied psychology, not theatre. Participating changes rewiring. Observation does not. So I want you to stand if you can. Feet hip width, knees soft, hands on chest, and say out loud, I no longer negotiate with my truth. Again, louder. I no longer negotiate with my truth. You should feel the vibration in your chest and vagus nerve. This is your voice and posture together creating internal authority, which signals this embodiment technology. Freedom is not a feeling. Freedom is a practice behavioural pattern. People wait to feel free before acting free, but behavioural freedom must come first. You practice saying no, leaving earlier, speaking sooner, asking directly, declining cleanly, and choosing visibly. Then the feeling of freedom will follow. Reverse the order, you stay stuck. Now you can sit back down. In the next phase, we enter the full 5-5 portal ritual. Identity release, embodiment containment, timeline anchoring, and physical vow installation. So take a slow breath and ground. We're here now not as an idea of change, but at the decision point. This is where most people step back. They listen, they resonate, they agree. And then they go back to negotiating with the same behavior tomorrow. Not today. Today we install not motivation, commitment, not emotion, embodiment. The 5-5 portal is not symbolic in practice. It is behavioral in consequence. What you decide and physically anchor today becomes easier to repeat tomorrow. That's how identity forms, through embodied repetition, not spiritual inspiration. So place your candle in front of you. Place your journal beside it. Have your water near you. Water holds energy. It holds the information and emotions that you put into it, which is why you drink after these affirmations, so that it stays inside your body. And hold the object that represents your current identity in your hands. Sit upright, feet grounded, spine tall. This is not performance. This is participation. Light the candle. Let the silence breathe for several seconds. Fire represents will, choice, irreversible action. Today you choose with fire, not fantasy. And I want you to repeat these lines. I acknowledge the identity I have been living. I acknowledge the behaviors that maintained it. I acknowledge where I abandoned my truth to stay accepted. I acknowledge where fear ruled my choice. No shame language, only ownership language. Ownership creates agency. Shame creates paralysis. We build agency here, so hold the object tightly. Notice what it represents. The roles, masks, habits, self-betrayals, the negotiations with your own truth. Now exhale fully and place it down behind you or on your left side. Not thrown, not rejected, completed. We do not hate the old identity. We outgrow it. Year 1 says begin. Year 10 says lead. Together, they say, begin as the leader of your own life, not the manager of other people's comfort. That's the vow energy today carries. Not rebellion, self-leadership. Not aggression, self-authority. Stand again if possible. Hand on heart, other hand on lower belly, and repeat slowly. From this day forward, I practice behavioral truth. I act in alignment before I feel ready. I choose courage over approval. I choose integrity over comfort. I choose embodied change over repeated insight. Repeat twice, more with stronger voice. This is not affirmation. This is installation. See yourself 3 months from now, having lived these behaviors. Not perfect, but practice. Notice posture, voice, energy, boundaries, decision speed. That self is not waiting for you. That self is built by you. I want you to step physically 1 step forward now. Movement seals intention into motor pattern memory. That's why ritual includes motion. Hold up the water and stay. Water recalls decision through repetition and association. Drink as agreement with your own vow. Yes, keep drinking. Within the next 24 hours, take 1 visible, courageous action you have been delaying. 1 boundary, 1 honest message, 1 declined obligation, 1 direct request. Do not choose a small, safe action. Choose the one you've been avoiding. That is your portal crossing. You don't need another sign. You don't need more time. You don't need permission. You need behavior. Your soul is not blocked. Your actions are undecided. Decide and the path appears under your feet. I'm with you, but I'm not carrying you. Walk. Energy Body 5 mastery looks like clean decisions, visible boundaries, reduced hesitation, truthful speech, aligned scheduling, body-led choices and integrity in motion. Not intensity, consistency. Not perfection, practice. Embodiment beats inspiration every time. If this portal activated something in you, there are deeper tools waiting for you, including my free boundary and empowerment resources, designed to help you build this embodiment into your daily life. You'll find them below in the description box. And if you're ready to go further, book a strategy session with me, and we'll turn today's vow into live system. Again, the links are in the description box below. I would love for you to subscribe. Stay in this field and keep walking your truth, not just understanding it. So slow, grounded, direct. The portal is not the date. The portal is the decision. And you just crossed it. So I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.